The Uncle Patrick race.
And what a way to get this live stream started. Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone watching on the YouTube channel. It's me, Mr. Thrash Maniac 99, and this is my 1,500 subscriber live Q&A. I promised. It is here, and I am joined by two very special guests, two guys I really enjoy talking to or watching on YouTube. First and foremost, Mr. Page Guy, Raphael Leduc.
Yes,
Leduc!
that is me, Raphael Leduc.
I have a very special guest, first time I've got him in a stream or a video. You may know him as Mr. #1 Joey Logano hater in the world, Mr. Kamikaze Games.
Help, they're holding me hostage. Call the police, call the FBI. Get me out of here.
There'll be a time before they reach North Dakota, so I think we're okay, Levi.
Yeah. But, damn, already 6 viewers just as I get this thing started, so... That's
yeah, I tweeted it out, so hopefully there'll be more.
Oh, hey, thanks, man. So, we got quite a few questions, and then also what we'll do, since there's probably some people out there that didn't get to send in questions that are watching, you can send questions in the live chat, and after we get done with the questions from the videos, we'll do live questions for a good long while. So this is going to be very fun indeed. And so... And also, I need to actually link the stream to my Facebook group to make sure everybody is aware. Live now, people. And while we're doing this, Mr. Leduc is playing Dirt 4.
Buy it now. A good racing game. Only a few technics knew how to do one. And Dansbury Martin Racing. But hey, what do you want? Hey, the British know how to make good racing games. What can I say? Here, this stream sponsored by Dirt 4. Buy it now. Buy it. With your dollars and the taxes. All right.
Yeah, taxes are always a problem. Like hell, I recently because they had that on WWEshop.com. They had a $15 T-shirt sale, and I got one, but it ended up costing me $23 because of shipping and tax. So that fucking sucked. But hey, better than paying $40 for it.
We pay,
and it's a nice shirt. So
we pay $40 just for regular shirts because I live in Canada and the fucking dollar is so shit over here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and by the way, Mr. Kamikaze and myself, we both live close on the borders of Canada. What part of Canada? I think it's Manitoba, right? Where you're bordered to.
Manitoba was Saskatchewan, probably, since he's in North Dakota. Probably he's near the prairies.
Yeah. Ohio is close to Ontario, so.
Yes, and I am in the French province. I parle de français. Go Jacques Villeneuve in NASCAR.
Ah, oui, oui.
Oui, oui.
You've got to be kidding me. What do you say for no? Doo-doo. I'll be right back. I'm going to go take a wicked yes.
I actually thought you were going to leave to take a piss. So.
No. I'm not unprofessional like that.
I didn't say that.
Oh. Sure you didn't. But anyways, while me and Leduc are roasting each other right now, actually, let's get to some of the questions, shall we? So, on the first announcement video I posted, I got a couple questions, and then we got quite a few on the secondary video. So, to get started, we have a question from Kamikaze Games himself, who asked a question.
Oh, snap. What a twist.
Yeah, what a twist that is. And you asked me what's my favorite album of the year so far. Well, sadly enough, I haven't really had a lot of time to listen to a lot of the newer stuff this year. I have listened to a couple albums, one just very recently, and then one I've had a lot of time with. The one I've listened to very recently was the new Body Count album, Ice-T's hip-hop metal band, and holy crap, is it political and brutal. The songs like No Lives Matter, where he's talking about screw Black Lives Matter, all lives matter, no lives matter. Go back to your fucking history books, essentially. And a very good cover of Slayer Raining Blood, too, on that album as well. Plus guest appearances from Max Cavalera of Sepultura and Soulfly and bands like that, and Randy Bly from Lamb of God and Dave Mustaine of Megadeth. So that was pretty cool. But the album I've had the most time with this year has been the new Obituary album. Mainly because I listened to their previous album, Inked in Blood, a few years ago, and I thought it was a little because it sounded too much like Hatebreed to me. But they come back with this album, their self-titled album, and holy crap, it blew me away. A lot of like old school, dirgy death metal going on in that album. So I have wanted to check out some albums from this year, like especially albums from Creator, Overkill, Havoc, Warbringer. But I know there's quite a lot of other good albums coming out this year, like Arch Enemy. The one I can't wait for the most is Accept, because I reviewed their last album, Blind Rage, in 2014, and it was voted my album of the year because it was just so perfect. But yeah, there's plenty more to come, and I might be able to get into some of those. Just all depends on if I could pay attention, which that's been the number one issue with albums this year. I just haven't really paid attention, mainly because I've been doing other stuff here on YouTube as well as work, and also discovering stuff that I never got to discover in the past. Like hell, one band, actually, Kamikaze, that would be an interesting band for you to check out. Some people call this band a early death metal band in the 80s called Necrophagia, who is from my state, Ohio. And hey, Simon Nichol is here! Yay!
Cool.
Sorry, I'm late.
As always, like Conor McGregor shows up late to everything.
Oh, KO! But before I continue, Mr. Simon Nichol, I'd like you to meet our special guest, Mr. Kamikaze Games. If you think my NASCAR rages were anything, his is way better.
I can attest to that.
Hello, nice to meet you, sir.
I'm a dangerous person.
You know what? And we probably will agree because I'm a dangerous person as well.
Fantastic.
You indeed are, Mr. WrestleMania Attorney Tree.
Mr. Nichol is not dangerous.
Block your ass.
Oh, man. But anyways, moving on.
Nice white shirt, jobber shirt, Duke.
It's a Jimmy Johnson shirt. If you knew NASCAR, you know who that is. But I don't expect you to know too much.
I didn't know you had a shirt in wrestling.
Right.
Well done. Anyway, so moving on to
the Intercontinental Championship. The Intercontinental Championship.
Simon, stop making this about me. It's about Levi having many subscribers.
Congratulations, Levi!
Hey, thank you all. Thank you all. I bow to you all.
This should just be the whole video.
Yeah, just us clapping. If only Google Effects wasn't taken away, I'd freaking do the applause.
Yeah. What a shit.
I know Simon wanted that because he hates it when I play it on his streams. But hey, it wasn't just me. It was David. Remember David? Inside joke I don't think you know about.
Me?
But yeah, I don't think you would know that joke. It's a joke between me and Austin. Whenever we play with David on 2K, we always call him David.
Blame the David.
Sounds like French.
Yeah, blame the David. There you go. All right, so now we're getting to some more questions. Next question. And the only reason I'm smiling because one of you guys asked it, Mr. Leduc. So, I don't know if I can answer this. I think Kamikaze is the one most qualified to answer this question. Why is Joey LaGranol Jackass such a jackass? I don't know what you're supposed to say there, but I'm assuming Joey Logano. So, Kamikaze, you take it away.
I didn't know how to spell his last name, so I just wrote that instead.
Wow.
Do
Okay.
you want this video to end? Because it won't end unless we move on. We will be here all day. This will be the video.
Just give us like a sneak peek. Just give us like a snippet, like
A sneak preview, perhaps.
Oh man, where do I start? Let's see here. So it all started in 2009. Logano gets himself a nice race in Daytona 500. He wrecks immediately. Good job, Joey. Good job, Joey. Yeah, so he didn't have a great Daytona 500, but he moves on. He wins in New Hampshire. Oh man, how'd he do that? How'd he do that? You know, rain is what happened. So suddenly, everyone's saying he's so great. He's so great because he wins a rained out race. And then he doesn't do anything for 2 more years. Why is he still driving? Come on, Joe Gibbs. Joe. Drivers you could be picking instead of him. This guy replaced Tony Stewart? Man.
oh my god.
Yeah. And then 2011 rolls around. He's still in the 20. How'd that even happen? Like, seriously, Joe. Joe, are you even there, Joe? Joe, wake up!
Yeah.
You know, the reason that I hate Joey Logano so much, I can actually pinpoint the moment it happened, and it is lap 154 of the Pocono 2012 race that he won.
Yep.
I can pinpoint the very moment that happened, and it was not a pretty sight. I was sitting there, like, so my favorite driver has been Mark Martin my entire life. I just sit back, I'm watching this race, he's leading it somehow. He never won at Pocono either, so I'm like, all right, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, never mind. I guess I'll get bump and run. Fine. Okay. All right. Well, so much for that. Yeah. But it's not that he got beat. That is what makes me mad. What makes me mad is that Logano had 6 laps around him. He had fresher tires. He had probably the better car. He had 6 laps to get around. He bump and runs him into turn 1 with 6 to go. What? You are going to bump and run the cleanest driver in potentially the history of the sport with 6 to go. Like what? Come on, dude. And if that wasn't enough, suddenly he's driving for Penske. Okay, so you get a rain down win and, you know, a regular win at 2012. So you've got 2 wins. You don't look like you're going to accomplish anything. But you're driving for Penske now? What? We went from Kurt Busch to Joey Logano.
We got Sam Hornish.
And you know that too, Sam Hornish. He was going on a championship run in the Xfinity Series in 2012, I think. Might have been 2013 or whatever. It doesn't matter. And on top of that, Justin Allgaier got a win in the Nationwide Series once every year driving for Penske. So he's accomplished more than Logano at this point. So. And, like, he was prepared to hit Cup in 2011. I don't understand, man. It's just not cool. Not cool. And then he wins the Daytona 500 in 2015. Like, that was the worst. That was the worst. I made a video on that, in case you don't know. I think that's my one defining characteristic on this website is that I made that video. It's like my legacy at this point.
Yep. And then, of course, the most recent example was Richmond. Oh, boy.
Deus Ex Machina powers.
Deus Ex Machina.
Exactly.
Deus Ex Machina powers.
But I gotta say, Kamikaze, your review was very calm and collected. You did not mislead us in the fight.
Exactly. I was just as calm, cool, and collected as you see me right now, man.
Yeah, man.
I was not in disarray. Like, my brain wasn't all over the floor. Like, I was just cool. I was cool, man. Cool.
Yeah. That's the way to take a Joe Logano win. Or
to take whenever a certain incident happened between him and the 20.
Oh, yes. That infamous incident. Man.
And then, of course, when it came to me at Homestead last season, Edwards blocked, but motherfucker. And the fact that Edwards took the year off this year made that whole thing even worse for me.
He'll be back.
Oh,
He should come back. First thing
back personally.
when he comes back, first thing you should do is wreck Logano in the 500.
That would be hilarious. Or why not, just for my own personal amusement, just bump and run Kyle Busch again at Richmond or Bristol.
That was a great race.
I mean, towards the end there, I was listening to it on the radio, and I hear Kyle Busch lead, and I'm like, oh, fucking hell, he's going to win another goddamn race. Then I hear final lap, Carl Edwards got to run. I'm like, oh. And then I hear turn 3, hey, bumps and runs him out of the way. I was like jumping in the backseat of my truck, and I'm like, yes, yes, yes. Fuck you, Kyle Busch, and thank God for Edwards. Oh, that was one of the happiest days as being a racing fan was last year at Richmond. Holy crap. Anyways, so moving on to the next question after we got some self-plugging questions up in here. 2 culprits in this. So the next question, actually, we got 3 sets of questions, or 3 questions from one guy, Mr. Seth Cole of the NNSCRA, the owner of the NNSCRA. What is up? He asked, and we can all answer these, of course. What made you decide to start a YouTube channel? Well, for me, I originally had a YouTube account back in 2007. And I only mainly used it. And keep in mind, I was only like 12, 13, and I was just being a total idiot in comments and shit. I didn't start to get serious with YouTube until I moved into this house where I finally got to use internet. Because back at an old house, we had dial-up.
Oh.
That was bad. That was bad. So it's like having Wi-Fi all the time. It was like a gift from above or something. And July 2010, I started this channel, and here we are 7 years later, 1,500 subscribers later. But what made me want to do YouTube at that point was I was watching some early incarnations of what was the YWC at the time. I first saw guys like 420 Goonie going on at the time. And other old channels that are no longer around, like New Junk Aesthetic and people like that. And I thought, well, these guys are wrestling guys. I'm a wrestling guy. I've got internet, and I've got a lot to say. And then I started my channel. And, of course, my early videos were pretty fucking terrible because my voice was pretty shit. Like, hell, the very first video I ever did was a TNA DVD collection video, and my voice sounded like I was sick and stoned. It was awful. And then I started getting into it a little bit more later in the year, and here we are. But yeah, and then of course for every other thing, gaming, after watching Uber Haxer Nova do like SmackDown versus Raw gameplay, that's what got me into wanting to do gaming stuff. And for racing, it started with watching a bunch of old NASCAR clips that was already up, and then the NR stuff, it would be thanks to you, Seth, who sent in this question. So if it wasn't for me watching your NR stuff, I would not do it. So, yeah. But, well, I'll be right back, but everybody else can answer. Start with Le Duc.
Well, I got into this YouTube stuff thanks to Mr. Simon Nicol, who kind of suggested it to me after we met on Monday Night Raw 2 years ago, I believe. And I was watching some of his stuff, and he suggested that I do it. And I started it with my first ever video being a review of NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. After that, I actually did the video game stuff. I kind of started doing when not only did I know people like Uber Haxer Nova and a lot of those YouTube gamers who, you know, were doing stuff with video games and all that great things. I decided, you know, I would do it once in a while. So I started doing it with WWE 2K17, broadcasting live. I did it with UFC 2, with NASCAR Evolution, and all that. So sometimes I'll broadcast and I'll just shoot the shit. I don't really do any kind of walkthroughs or anything since I don't have like a capture card and all that. Um, Besides that, and then racing, I got into that because my dad back in the day he still follows NASCAR, and he was a huge fan back around 04, 05. He was a huge Stewart fan, and he kind of got me into NASCAR when I watched a race with him one day, and I found my favorite driver being Mr. Jimmy Johnson, and doing NASCAR stuff on YouTube. I guess just Levi was talking about it and all that, so I kind of thought might as well try it. And yeah, that's how I got into YouTube. Uh, since Levi's not hosting, I guess I'll co-host. Simon,
Yeah,
since
you
you're so
host.
quiet, you go.
Uh, well, I started with some videos, some custom Tintron that I was making. So I wanted to upload these videos. I uploaded these videos. Oh, here comes David.
David, hey, finally his fucking Hangout shit's working.
Yeah, so I started uploading the custom Tintron I was doing, and from then I started making videos on wrestling, my thoughts on what was happening, and that account got shut down thanks to a numerous copyright strike by the WWE.
Hmm.
And from there, I opened the Simon Michael HD channel and started doing videos of me only. That's it. Isn't that wonderful?
Not really, but sure.
I come back and I hear a wonderful story right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's really 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 wonderful. And right now I am currently at, let me see, 2,283 subscribers and counting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And fun fact, the story of how I first met you, Simon, through this. Remember the old days on Ustream.tv?
Yeah.
Yep. I would just be there for comments, and then you guys would bring me on for one segment, and then later that year it just grew and grew, and ever since then I've been in the click with you guys.
Yeah, my mentality when it comes to the Ustream show was, if you were on the show and I was bringing you on the show and you had a good presence on there, you were going to be in for life. That's the same thing happened with Mitchell. Mitchell came in, I believe he was on the WrestleMania 29 pre-show, and on that show he had a good presence, stirred a lot of controversy, interrupted a lot of people, and on that show, he made a name for himself, so I decided to bring him in. And hey, today he's doing non-wrestling content, but he is extremely popular, so congratulations to him.
Yeah. So I guess next up, and actually we now got Mr. Fort Minor Project, David Rivera.
David.
Blame the David.
Yeah,
Blame the
David.
I'm
You used to
here.
say-
I'm ready for
you used
June
to say-
16th.
What's on June 16th?
Oh shit! See, that's a guy that knows
He
what's up.
doesn't know it now.
That's a guy that
You
knows
gotta give it
what's
to
up.
him now. That's forever
And,
remembering.
All eyes on me, motherfucker.
So and then real quick,
Stupid live show in North Carolina.
Huh?
That's July next month.
Oh, that's next month.
but so anyways,
Motherfucker, all eyes on me.
Simon.
Huh?
Let Levi host. Shut the fuck up.
All eyes on me.
all right. So and real quick before we move on, Mr. David, I'd like you to meet our special guest, Mr. Kamikaze Games.
What's going on?
Hola, senor.
Apparently he's dangerous.
Ah, ¿qué pasa?
Yeah, he says he's a dangerous man.
Ah,
Yeah.
And speaking of Kamikaze, your turn.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry. Well, I'll try to make this short because if I don't, we'll be here all day. So it all started like around 2007 is when I discovered this website. And back then it was just like a whole bunch of, just all sorts of stuff going on here. Crazy.
Mhm.
Like none of this copyright chaos, none of this, Spider-Man, Elsa, sock puppet. I don't even know what those videos are, but that wasn't a thing. That wasn't a thing. And I would just watch all these random videos, like YouTube poops were my favorite thing ever. I just love those. And I just wanted to make an account so that I could make those, but I never did because I didn't have an email and I didn't know about burner emails back then, so I just never bothered. Eventually got to the point where I got my PS3 and I got like an internet connection and you can use like YouTube through its browser. So I just nights I just watch videos all night long. And that's how I discovered like Angry Video Game Nerd. He was probably the first person I watched on a regular basis. He was a huge inspiration for a lot of what I've done, especially the game reviews that I do. And a big one, of course, Uberhaxer Nova, my inspiration for making the channel. What I always wanted to do was, because I saw he was playing games, getting all sorts of views, and he was actually able to do it for a living. And I thought, if I could just play video games for a living, like, no kidding, that would be the greatest thing ever. So, I gave it a shot, and it could have panned out, but you know what? I think I'm doing pretty good for myself now. I'm way more fortunate than several people could be on this website right now, but at the same time, but I think that's about it. It was Nova that really brought me in, and yeah.
Alrighty. And finally, David. So the question is, what made you want to start a YouTube channel?
Well, that goes way back, pretty much since the beginning of YouTube, practically around 06, 07, around that time. That's what started.
I think David just got
And
cut.
of course, yeah, he got David, Simon, or Leduc, whoever did that.
I didn't do it.
Shit.
I got my hands on the PS4 controller.
Oh, Kevin says he's muted. I didn't do it.
I think he muted himself.
I'm hands-free
okay.
right now.
Anyways, continue. Up, he did it again. Stop messing with us, David, Mr. Puerto Rican Punisher.
¿Qué pasa?
What's happening?
I don't know. I guess David's having
I'm not doing it.
problems again. I'm not too busy.
Internet problem. That shit's like crazy.
I don't know, but if it's good now, you may continue.
Come on,
And it
baby.
happened again. Jesus.
He's doing it on purpose.
Hey, the live stream wouldn't be the same if it wasn't for technical difficulties, because that happens on every stream I'm ever in or host. So it would feel weird if there was no technical difficulties.
True.
So I'm actually kind of glad we got this happening in a sense. All right, I guess if David isn't doing this on purpose, I guess we'll hold off on it until his shit gets sorted out. So anyways, moving on to the next question from Mr. Seth Cole. Oh, motherfucker. I know this one's directed at me because of one particular phrase in here. If you could have your name be named after any other kind of any kind of food instead of mac and cheese, what would it be? Nothing, that's what it would be. Next. For those who don't know, for those out there who do not know this, in the NR community, my unofficial nickname is Levi Mac and Cheese. And it all stems from one of the guys in the community that I hate so much, who actually lives in the same state as I do, and if I ever saw him in person, I'd give him one of these right to his nose. Fucking asshole.
Fight.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if it had come from anyone else, I wouldn't have too much of a problem with it, but the fact it came from a guy I don't like makes it worse. So, yeah.
You'll sell it how Kyle do we sell the problems? By fighting?
Sometimes you got to. And then we move. And then we get to the third and final question from Mr. Seth Cole. And this one's interesting. Who do you think is sending Kurt Angle messages through Corey Graves? Well then, yeah, this has been a recent development on Raw, storyline-wise. And I guess LeDuc wants to answer first.
No, I'm just saying it was me.
Oh.
It
We
was
have
me
the
all.
culprit.
Listen. Hey, I'm not terror shit. Simon's surprised. Simon makes fun of me for starting watching in '08. But I know my attitude era. Fuck
No,
you,
I know
Simon.
you watch a lot of videos and you know your stuff even though you haven't even watched it.
Well, I gotta learn. Sorry. Go ahead, Levi. Who you think's been sending him messages?
A lot of people are thinking this is for Stephanie McMahon to come back. I don't know, and some people are thinking this could head towards a Triple H Kurt Angle match. I don't know if that's going to be the case or not. I mean, who knows? I mean, this angle just got started, like last week, 2 weeks ago or something. So this has just gotten started, so it's really hard to predict, at least as of now. But if you want to make a bold prediction, Simon, you may go next.
Well, the first week that it happened, I said Rusev. Page guy fucking rented on me because it wasn't Rusev because he's on SmackDown. So now I think it's going to be Stephanie. Since the third sheet is saying it's Steph, it's probably going to be fucking Steph. I watched Raw like this afternoon, and I just think like you know how they're trying to make it seem legit by bringing Kurt Angle to interrupt while the announcers are on camera. If you would want to do it in a more realistic way, if you will, just do the opposite. Just do it during a match. You know what I mean? Just don't do it while the camera's on the announcer. You have Kurt Angle fucking interrupting and shit. Bringing Corey Graves to the side. Just do it during a match. Same like Scott Hall when he debuted in WCW. You know what I mean? There was a match going on. Something happened in there. It's more realistic, for fuck's sake. Stop being cheesy and fucking obvious with your shit. Anyway, that's my rant.
Interesting rant there. Kamikaze, you got anything in mind?
I'm going to be crazy, and I'm going to say that it's Mick Foley.
Ooh. Mick Foley, eh?
Because you see, what I think it could lead to is like Angle and another tag partner facing against like Foley and Triple H together at a big pay-per-view. I think that could be an interesting story. Simply the way that Foley was like fired earlier, or was
Foley
that like
just got hip surgery though.
Yeah, but that's why well, that's true. What about his son? Does his son wrestle?
That's funny.
Dewey.
Noelle wrestles. How about Noelle comes and tries to stick?
She had an NXT.
Yeah, Noelle.
She had an NXT, little ship. You know what I mean? And it was all for reality TV show. She hasn't wrestled since.
All right, LeDuc.
I think it's actually really going to be Stephanie. I mean, there was this dumbass who's like, I think it's Rusev because Rusev's on SmackDown. And it would
No,
make
you
them
said because Rusev was on SmackDown. I said it was Rusev because Rusev should have stayed on Raw and be the obvious guy. It would have worked to have Rusev, but whatever. They traded him to SmackDown. He's freaking, whatever on SmackDown.
not doing shit, and his wife is getting a SmackDown Women's title match. What the fuck is going on?
You should have deleted that video last night. I thought that video was funny.
Oh, I was already getting hate on it. Something was telling me because
why hate is good for you to do. It's gonna build your brand.
my brand, yes, it's
Your
gonna build up my greatest brand.
And real quick, even though I hate this,
Any publicity is good publicity.
I was actually just about to say that. To take a phrase from one of the rock stars I hate the most, Gene Simmons, any press is good press.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Maybe I should delete, but anyways. Well, it's like you when you review. It's like Simon, the review on Raw he did, which was like a Raw in October, and he was like, "It sucked.
Yeah.
It was shit. It was nothing. It sucked." And it was like a 28-second video of you just saying how Raw was so bad, and you deleted it. So
I know, right? I regret doing that.
But I really think it's. I think it's the one that makes the most sense, since and Corey's like the heel announcer, if you will. He's the one that's like always backing the heels. Plus, I
Yeah.
think Stephanie's gonna have like some people backing her, like Alexa, and all the heels are gonna be like, "Yo, Kurt Angle's not a good GM," and all that. It's probably gonna lead to something between Kurt, Steph, and Hunter. So I think it's Steph. Crazy idea would be it's like I don't know someone else. Crazy idea would be it's Dixie
Braun
Carter.
Strowman. I'm not finished with you.
Bro.
All right, don't. That line is like the best catchphrase in all of WWE. I'm
Oh,
not
I
finished
miss
with you.
Braun, bro. I never thought I would miss him this much.
Yeah,
I miss Strowman. I miss my Braun.
yes, I miss Braun. You know who we should get rid of for Braun? Some douchebag called Roman Reigns. Get Roman Reigns out of there, and shit, there goes my phone.
Oh, I agree.
Fun timing at that moment. As soon as you say Roman Reigns, your phone goes down.
Yeah, my
It's like
phone.
It's like the wrestling gods don't want you to hate Roman Reigns.
Well, I will hate Roman Reigns until I get in the grave. There's two things I'll hate till I die: Roman Reigns and that piece of shit Joey Logano.
We
Okay
love
then.
Roman. We love Roman.
That's never gonna happen.
Oh boy. Yeah,
It happens like in India. Like, the Indian people all love Roman, then they don't give a shit about Jinder Mahal, who's actually Canadian.
yeah.
I wonder if he's gonna get cheered in Montreal on August 5th.
Oh, no, Raw's going to Calgary. Then he'll probably get like a mixed reaction in Montreal. Or he'll get cheered because it's a fucking house show. Hey,
Yeah.
speaking of that,
Yeah.
Levi went to SmackDown after Money in the Bank. So log, day in the life, all that shit.
Yeah,
Watch his channel.
Yep, I'm going to the SmackDown after Money in the Bank. That's gonna be fun.
Hey, wait. Just real quick. Wait, Levi, real quick. I gotta ask a question to Kamikaze. Kamikaze, when was the last time WWE actually brought like a television taping to North Dakota?
It was actually pretty recent. There was a show in Fargo, I think last month. No, wait, not last month. It was recent. It was within the last year, but before that, it was a while ago.
It was like what, Raw, SmackDown?
It was a Raw. It was in Fargo. I don't remember when, but it was recent.
So I figured you guys don't get a lot of TV shows just like us in Montreal.
Yeah, I've been to 2 house shows like the past couple of years, but they don't have like the actual tapings.
Montreal
alright.
screwed up as a whole new definition now. So that's not getting shows.
I guess we're gonna have to. We're probably gonna. Hey, if we move to North Dakota, we'd have a better chance of getting Raw.
All right, so moving on to the next set of questions from X8675309-858X, a.k.a. Dylan Young of my NR community. What's up? And oh my lord, another fucking nickname question. Okay, one nickname has to stay: Levi Mac and Cheese or Mr. Ranch Dressing. I'll take Mr. Ranch Dressing any day over Levi Mac and Cheese. And the fun joke with the ranch dressing thing was, for those who are under the age of 18, you might want to mute this portion. But the ranch dressing nickname came about because I was in a TeamSpeak chat with a bunch of my racing friends who are also big wrestling fans. And we were talking up a bunch of jokes and shit, and I just came up with something off the top of my head. It's like, if you masturbate, you can splurt out ranch dressing on your pizza. And ever since then, people call me Mr. Ranch Dressing for that, and I don't care. I think it's funny. Because then I turned the ranch dressing thing into a bunch of memes. Yeah, it got turned into some memes that some of us, including myself, made on other people. Like, actually, I don't know if I know I've got one of them in here somewhere. I'll show it later, but
I still think Rage Man
Anyway, so now,
better nickname.
yeah, only for you and Simon to say. I know. And then he asked, "Do you plan on getting the Friday the 13th game?" Probably not. Only because of money. And I'm not really into that style of gaming personally. Not that I'm terrified of them, I just don't have an interest in it.
Well,
Want to answer this?
well, the Friday the 13th game. The first of the things I don't like is that it's digital only. It's at least in my part of the world, I can't find it on DVD on disc. And it's like a multiplayer heavy game. Like it's always you have to play with other people who can't really play by yourself. So um, usually those games they can get boring real quick when you're stuck with a bunch of pricks. So I'd rather not get too much into that. So I'll pass.
Calling you a prick, Levi.
I'm used to it.
Now with Levi's fucking ranch dressing joke, I won't be able to eat ranch dressing anymore.
That's what everyone says now. Anyways, Kamikaze?
Maybe. If it's on PC. I don't have a PS4 yet, so if it's on PC, maybe.
All right, and then this question. Thoughts on the band Aerosmith? Legends. I always have a lot of respect for them. I don't listen to their stuff quite as much as I used to when I was younger, but still love them. You can't go wrong with Aerosmith. Anybody else want to answer?
They're dope.
Yeah, great music. I loved some of their old stuff. Their new stuff was not too bad. Like I remember the SummerSlam '09 theme song. I think was them. They're a good band. I'm not.
I deleted it.
But
I don't want to close my eyes. I don't want to fall asleep because I miss you, baby. And I don't want to miss a thing.
So call me back. Blades of Glory, 2007. Fucking Will Ferrell.
I should have known Kamikaze was going to sing. He has a lot of. He has a very good singing voice. You don't believe me? Watch his NASCAR gameplays, like on Thunder. He just starts singing in the middle of races.
That's like
Or the classic Hey Kyle.
Oh, and wasn't didn't he do the All-Star song with the Kyle Busch lyrics?
Yes, that was me.
Yeah.
Now that was iconic. Now that should be on the CD and should be sold for like $5 a pop at NASCAR races.
Holy crap! That would be something. That would be something else.
Kyle Petty will have an album together.
Yeah, and I'll join in as guest vocals, and I'm just gonna go straight up black metal, death metal vocals on it all.
Just yelling.
Because that's about the best kind of singing I could do. Well, I mean, unless I have the songs in my ears, like Metallica particularly, I could maybe sing a good Metallica song if I could. But
Kamikaze should do a Joey Logano song.
I actually have written the lyrics to a Joey Logano song. I'm not lying.
Yes!
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Yes! Yes!
Yes!
Yes!
Yes! I want to hear this.
Same here. Holy crap.
How would you do a what kind of like song would you use to base it off of?
It's based off of old time rock and roll.
That'd be good. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
I'll write this. If you do it, I'll write it in for a Grammy.
All right, do this.
Even though they probably won't award it to him because the Grammys, the people who run the Grammys are idiots.
Hey, so, as Joey Logano doesn't run the Grammys, we should be okay.
All right, so
full NASCAR songs. I'm sure you'd sell them, but most of them would be like drivers that would like listen to it during the race.
But anyway, so that does it for the video questions. Now we're going to get to live questions. So anybody who's watching that wants to ask any questions regarding music, movies, wrestling, sports, games, what have you, go on right ahead. So I'm going to get started with the first one from Matt the Benedetto fan. Do you like Tommy Joe Martins? I have no idea who the hell that is. So
And isn't that Kamikaze Gaming, Matt the D Benedetto fan?
Yeah, he's in my truck series.
Oh, okay.
yeah. Yeah, sadly, I don't know who this is, so delete. Next question from a guy named Nathan Carter. Do you think Greg Biffle is a bug-eyed dummy? Classic Sterling Marlin reference, Watkins Glen.
And no, he is not. I feel bad for Greg Biffle for not having a job.
I know.
Same.
I do too. I mean,
Bring
son
back
of a
the
bitch.
Biff. Bring back the Biff.
Stick with the Biff.
Cook the Biff until it is no longer raw. Well, you know, because it's Biff beef.
Yeah, I got what you was going for there. Fucking dick.
How does that make me a dick?
Anyways,
I actually feel bad for Greg. I used to love when he used to drive the 3M cars, and then you had the
Yeah.
KFC car. Jesus, man.
and
Yeah,
a nice looking Cheez-It car.
Yes, Cheez-Its. Bring back the Cheez-Its.
I got some cheeses.
Are they hot and spicy?
Nice.
They are hot and spicy.
Kamikaze Gaming. I apologize. Kamikaze Games. I apologize.
Everyone seems to do that. I don't know why.
All right.
Next question from Philip Parker, who's also in my offline series. What do you like to do aside from NR things? On YouTube, at least, I do wrestling videos, sometimes gaming streams from PS4, other games as well, and every now and then something music or movie related. So, yeah. Let's see what else we got. Actually, Matt the Benedetta fan actually put in the comments, even though he retracted it just now, he says, Joey Logano killed my cat or something like that. I
Rip.
don't know. It said something like that. And then he followed that up. And then he followed that up with a comment directed at you, Kamikaze. He said, this one's for Kamikaze. I would just like to say thanks for cheering me up when I'm down and keep up the good work. Also looking forward to my summer car.
Well, thank you for leaving me a nice comment. I barely ever get those, as you've seen, probably.
Hey, how are the comments
Yeah.
on the 5 Nights at Freddy's video going now?
Oh, well, it's a lot better than it used to be.
Okay.
It's gotten a lot less views, so it's like instead of a stupid comment every day, it's a stupid comment every week. It's much more tolerable.
Oh, wow, okay.
And of course, anytime you get stupid comments, you slice and dice them.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting a katana for those videos and just chopping the comments in half whenever I put them on the screen.
That would be awesome. That'd be funny as fuck. And hey, we got a question from a wrestler named Dean Ambrose. Not.
Ooh, Dean, I'm a
I
big
want to
fan.
fuck your
Yeah.
wife. I want to
I
fuck
want
your wife.
skinny jeans.
Her name's not Renee. It's Renee Paquette. God, yes.
Anyways, continuing, he asks, any idea if you'll ever return to WWE Supercard? Sadly, no. It ain't happening. Especially after, from what I've heard, is what's been happening to the game lately. Like, a lot of dumb shit's happening. Because I watch people do Supercard videos still every now and then. Like, Super's Oh My God Barbecue. He's probably my go-to guy for Supercard stuff. And from what I've seen of his stuff recently, like the big event that's been going on for the past several weeks, Team Battleground, started off really, really good in terms of getting good cards, and now they suck. So it's kind of getting people to turn away from the game a little bit. So, but yeah, I don't ever see myself going back to that game, sadly. I had fun with it while it lasted, so that's all I could say. Another comment from Matt the Benedetto fan. He said, Thrashmaniac99, I would just like to say, Kamikaze introduced me to your channel from your How to Fix NASCAR video. Well, thank you very much, man. This is a good one. William Brock asks, has the NASCAR community become the IWC 2.0? I get that reference.
I feel like this has a lot to do with me, and I apologize.
And
this
me.
is my fault.
And me recently. So, oh God.
I blame both.
I guess at this point, it probably has. It's just not exploded yet. It's only two people, me and Kamikaze. And What If Racing. I forgot about him. He does a lot of stuff like that on occasion as well.
I'd make one if I actually went back and watched a couple of races. I haven't watched some since I went to Richmond in 2013. A.k.a. the night that Martin Truex got over by his own team.
You were there? You were there.
I was there live. I was there to stand. When Boyer spun, we all looked at it like it was myself and my dad. We looked at each other like, how the fuck did he spin? And my dad had the things where you could listen in on the team radio. And we turned it to like the serious one. They replayed it. Someone telling Clay, "Don't you have like an itch in your arm?" And then the car just spins out of control.
Wow, that is crazy.
So that was so fun to watch live. Well, not if you're a Truex fan.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say this to follow up on that. I hated that. I felt so bad for Truex after that because he was in the fucking chase and you take him out over something that wasn't his doing.
Blame his boss.
It's like if you wanted to take somebody out, take Boyer out. He's the one that did it.
Yeah, but I guess it just...
Norris. I blame all this on Ty Norris, and he's the reason why MWR died.
Yep.
All right. But yeah, I've been to Richmond 2013. I was in Bristol, I think 2012, the night race. And I went to Dover 2011 when I don't know if Kamikaze, you remember this, when Denny and Clint got together during the race because during their caution, because Clint Boyer got pissed off at Denny Hamlin and he took Denny Hamlin out of the race during a caution. It was a very Kyle Busch type of move.
What race was that?
Dover Nationwide, I think 2011. I'd have to look again, but and I've been to New Hampshire and I went to New Hampshire for 2 years in a row. God, those races were boring in the Sprint Cup.
And let's never forget 2000 when they ran plates there.
Let's never forget 2017 when they ran run plates. Where, Kamikaze?
Can we not talk about this right now?
I don't blame you.
Wait,
anyway,
I got a hate video for that.
Wait, someone made a hate? Yeah, wait, someone made a hate video for your video on that? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that before the show started. And I was saying how one of the 3 dislikes on my Kyle Busch WTF video was probably that same guy.
It was like Kyle Busch, Samantha Busch, and Joe Gibbs.
Probably, yeah. So anyways, next question from Real Deal Dude. Favorite song or songs? Holy God. That's a hard one. That is a really difficult question. Holy shit.
Hey, Levi, look.
I have an answer. Hey, it's Danica. The sport of NASCAR has been mangled like a car driven by Danica Patrick.
Oh, wait. Danny Wreck? Pat Crash? Pat Wreck? I don't remember. What was her nickname? Dana Wreck?
Dana Crash, Pat Wreck.
Oh, yeah, that. No, that's what I've been calling her since then.
Oh yeah, you know what's funny? You know what that reminds me of? You know what seeing that cutout reminds me of? This goes back into like races we've been to. I've only been to 5 races in my life. 3 of them at Kentucky, but this was like 10 years ago before Cup was even in consideration. I went to 2 Busch races in a row, 06, 07. Both years, Edwards got fucked out. Lap in 06, he has a transmission problem. Ended up finishing very much in the back, and I think it was Gilliland who won that race. And then 2007, Edwards gets wrecked by Stephen Wallace and got taken out, and Stephen Light won the race. So I was there to see two first-timers, I guess, so that counts for something. And then I went to the 2006 truck race at Kentucky, which was a whole lot better. Don't remember who won. It's been a minute. And then the other two races, I went to the All-Star race 2009 and 2010. Got to see Kyle Busch get put in the wall by Denny Hamlin. Fucking yes. But in one of those All-Star races, since I saw that cutout of Danica, I went with both of my brothers, my dad, and a bunch of my brother's friends. And they had a Danica cutout, and my brother, Rue, rest in peace, he was standing behind a cutout and was pretending to grab her tits. It was like, had the tongue out and shit. I was like, oh, God. So I just thought I'd tell that story because it was kind of funny.
Everyone's
favorite song. Yeah. Favorite song, though? I do have one, and that's Master of Puppets by Metallica. That will always be my go-to favorite song ever. No doubt. I love so many other songs, but that's probably my number one. Leduc, you got a favorite song?
Well, I'm kind of guy that listens to a bit of everything. Like, I'll listen to hip-hop, rock and roll, country, I guess, if you count Sweet Home Alabama as country. And, you know, maybe favorite song of all time, Rock You Like a Hurricane by the Scorpions, since I got to see them twice live, and I'm getting a third chance this August, so definitely that Hurricane.
All right, Kamikaze.
I have a couple for different reasons. Resurrection by Fear Factory. It's got a great build-up.
Good one.
And another one is not a lot of people have heard this, but David Bowie's Dead Man Walking. Absolutely. Every single series that I play, I always recommend it at least once. Just is that good. And another one is These Things by Fuel. It's post-grunge, but good. So
I remember Fuel. I only heard a few songs of theirs, probably the big ones like Hemorrhage and what was that one that was on NASCAR Thunder 04? I think it was like No Quarter, I think.
Yep.
So, yeah, fun facts there. And, of course, Leave the Memories Alone, when Ric Flair, quote-unquote, retired 9 years ago.
WWE competition, that's what matters. Don't ruin the moment.
Next question from Billy Bishop. What's your favorite metal album of all time?
Ooh.
Again, Master of Puppets Metallica. Probably, in my personal opinion, the most perfect metal album ever. And without that album, so much would not have existed. Death metal would not exist. Fucking so many other bands that came out after that wouldn't have existed. Pantera, Slipknot, countless bands. But there's a couple of close ones, like Waken the Fallen by Avenged Sevenfold's up there. Death, Individual Thought Patterns, Opeth, Blackwater Park. What's another one? Edge of Sanity, Crimson's up there. And that's a more recent discovery. And I can't believe it took me so long to discover that album, and it was made in '96. But yeah, there's so many, but Master of Puppets is my number one. Kamikaze.
For me, it's close between Ride the Lightning and Wisconsin Death Trip.
Oh, Static X. Can't go wrong with some good old Static X. Rest in peace, Wayne. Leduc, you got an answer for this?
I can't really say the only full metal album I guess I have ever bought is the last Metallica one, mostly because the Am I Savage song was on WrestleMania 33, and I like that song, so I bought it. The rest of the songs are not too bad, but I listen to them when I drive my car to work and stuff. But like lately, I've been listening to Airborne. I got there are a couple of albums on them, so I listened to that. But when it comes to metal, I guess Metallica is like a it's not only a band for hardcore fans, but also for casual fans like myself too, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, Airborne, the modern version of AC/DC and Def Leppard combined.
Yes. Thank you, NASCAR games, for having like 50 songs of theirs in there. Thank you, EA Sports.
I know. Back when EA had the best soundtracks for games. And fun fact, it was actually NASCAR Thunder 04 how I discovered Avenged Sevenfold, because Chapter 4 Off Wake in the Fallen was on there, and ever since then I'd been hooked on them.
Same.
14 years later. Let's see. The next question from Red Racer 1985, a.k.a. James Qualls. What's up, man? To everyone, if you announced any type of sport/motorsport, which one do you think you'd be the best at? Wow.
NASCAR, because I can beat Michael Waltrip easily. Daryl. Hey, let's go racing, boys, at Danica. Hey, I'm going to get NASCAR.
I would probably say the same thing, NASCAR, yeah. Football, I'd have no idea how to fucking do commentary for.
I can do is fucking IndyCar, because I don't know half the drivers. I understand half the fucking rule. In Formula One. Oh, and here comes the German who is going to pass this French guy in his plastic car. Oh, what a turn here in the airpin. Grand Prix of whatever fucking country we're in.
We're in Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi. We're in Malta. Oh, Kamikaze, real quick. I'm gonna have to go because I gotta go. Earn the dollars. I want to ask Kamikaze a quick question. Kamikaze, your thoughts on the they used to do in Montreal, and do you think they should bring it back?
Wait, what race in Montreal? Oh, like the Xfinity and stuff?
Yeah, do you think it was good races, or do you think they should bring it back?
They should absolutely bring it back. And the thing is, the guy that owns it said that he won't let them bring it back unless cup races are held there. Yeah. So let's do it. Let's do some cup races there.
Let's do cup and do cup nationwide and do the trucks and Mosport the same weekend. Call it the Canadian weekend. I never got a chance to see races in Montreal live, but I watched them on TV, and my favorite memory will be Carl Edwards washing his windshield with a goddamn Swiffer.
Yeah, 2008. Of course, my favorite memory, which is the most controversial memory, was the first race there in the Busch Series when Robbie Gordon got fucked over.
Yeah, Robbie Gordon. Is he the one that Kamikaze called fat?
Maybe. I don't know.
You compare Jeff Green to Robbie Gordon's size with NASCAR Thunder 2004. Jesus Christ, I know too much of his videos.
Yeah, I don't know this much. What is wrong with you?
No, Levi, he's the one that showed me your videos. I was like, well, I'll check his channel out. Oh, he did gameplay. Let's watch this. Jesus Christ, this guy's hilarious. God, he's crazy. So good, even though when he says,
yeah.
Ha ha. I can't go and get a poll. Well, I'm sorry, dude, but I'm gonna have to go, Levi, because I gotta go to work. So, congratulations on your 15,000 subscribers. Keep up the good work. Jesus Christ, I'm bugging my own camera. Keep up the good work. Kamikaze Games, it was a pleasure to meet you. I will make sure to keep watching your videos and enjoying your content. Keep up the good work. Thank you for your time in doing this, and hopefully one day you'll get rich off making this stuff.
You too, man.
So I wish you guys a good day. Congratulations again, Levi. We'll talk tonight.
All right, I'll see you later tonight then, Duke. All right, so now to continue on with the rest of the live questions. Oh, yeah, and I didn't get to get Kamikaze's answer on which sport or motorsport would you be best at announcing.
Well, between racing, I think I'd do pretty good at baseball. I've watched baseball probably longer than NASCAR even, so, yeah. Totally do baseball.
I mean, if I were to pick a different sport, I'd probably go with MMA. Probably.
Oh,
Because at least I'm more familiar with MMA. Then again, I haven't watched too much MMA in like the last 6-7 years, mainly because a lot of my old favorites, like Forrest Griffin, Chuck Liddell, and Randy Couture, are gone. And a lot of the fighters they got in UFC today, I don't know a damn thing about. So, and all these extra weight classes too, it became such a mess for me to keep up with. So, but yeah. Next question. Oh my lord. Prepare for perhaps a little rage. From Revolution Radio. Oh yeah, that Green Day album. Yeah. Thoughts on the overtime line? Oh, I want to cry. Short and sweet. It's fucking stupid. Absolutely stupid. Look at what happened to Dover this weekend. It was shaped like Kamikaze said. We could have seen a good finish between Johnson and Larson, and it got ruined by this stupid shite. But if you have any final words on the overtime line, you can take it from here.
I've pretty much said my piece on the overtime line, I think. So, yeah.
Yeah. Matt the Benedetto fan returns saying, favorite Rick Allen quote? I think it'd be the go-to quote, problems behind them. And Rick Allen, I know some people kind of give him shit. I don't think he's bad. I think he's tolerable. Definitely better than fucking Kyle Petty just going, that's incredible. Favorite meme? Oh, Lord. Yeah, there you go. Good one. Favorite meme? I'd say We Are Number One, mainly because I also like that song, because I actually used to watch Lazy Town when I was younger, when I was like 10, 11, so I kind of have a soft spot for that show, and I liked Robbie Rodney. You always cracked me up. So when I heard this became a meme, and I've heard people make different versions of it. Like, I actually got one on my computer where it's like 80s electronic music, and it sounds really, really good. But favorite meme, Kamikaze?
I'm going to do also Lazy Town and say Cooking by the Book.
I'm not quite familiar with that one, actually.
It's with Little John.
Oh, God. Yeah! What? Get us for what? Oh, God. Another comment from Matt the Biddo fan that's just funny. Everyone gets wrecked by Stephen Wallace. Yes, they do. From Darren Rohit Singh. Sorry if I butchered your last name. I do butcher a lot of shit. Best NASCAR race you've ever watched? I don't know if you're meaning in person or on television or both, but let's say it's for both. Best race I've been to in person was the 2010 All-Star race. The best race I've watched on TV? That's a tough one because I've seen quite a few good ones. Personal bias for me, the 2005 Golden Corral 500 Atlanta, when Edwards got his first win by out-dueling Jimmy Johnson at the end. That was fun. Richmond last year, of course, another biased pick. But a non-biased pick? Probably 2011 Aaron's 499, because that tandem draft package that they had that year was so fun to watch. Constant passes going on everywhere. And you had arguably the greatest finish of all time in the history of the sport. 4 wide, 8 cars, and it ends in 2 1,000ths of a second. Johnson over Boyer. That was awesome. And it's like Mark Martin finishing 8th in that race. I bet the sponsors asked him, well, how'd you do at Talladega? Well, I finished about a quarter of a second behind the leader. Oh, where'd you finish? 8th. Damn. But, Kamikaze, your turn on that one.
I've said for a while now, Mid-Ohio last year, 2016, flag to flag, best race I've ever watched in my life.
I forgot about that one. That was the classic, or wasn't, no, I'm thinking of entire last year where it was between Nemechek and Custer.
Oh, that's
when that happened.
That's the trucks and
Trucks
Canadian
and
Tire.
Canadian Tire. That's what I was thinking of. But Mid-Ohio, yeah, I'd actually like to go to a race to Mid-Ohio, actually. Then again, that's kind of far because I live in the southern part of Ohio, close to the tri-state area of Kentucky and West Virginia. And Mid-Ohio is like in between Columbus and Toledo. So that's kind of a far drive. That's like about 3, maybe 4 hours, depending on traffic, of course. But yeah. And then the best race you ever been to?
Well, unfortunately, I've never actually been to a race. There's dirt track that I go to locally occasionally. I have, I think, a couple of videos on the channel from when I was there once, but no actual NASCAR races, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully someday it'll happen for you. If NASCAR's still around. Wink. Let's see. Hey, a comment from What If Wrestling. What If Racing. Love your rantings on NASCAR, Hart. Always love the raw, unfiltered opinions. I'm wondering if you're talking to Kamikaze or me. Or both. Just wondering. Revolution Radio. Oh my. I don't even know if we should even answer this because I figured if they know us by now, they would know this answer, but I guess we'll answer it. Maybe. I don't know. Driver you hate the most? Well, for me, it's Kyle Busch. And why? Because he's an asshole, a douchebag, whining, crybaby prick who blames all of his problems on other people instead of himself, like a man would.
Mic drop.
And that's it. Beep. Pipe bomb. So yeah, Kamikaze, if you want to pitch in, you can.
So I'm actually going to be different. I'm going to talk about Xfinity and trucks. So, for me, the driver that I hate most in Xfinity is Matt Tifft. He cannot drive, could not drive, and never will be able to drive. And he will always have a contract because he is a pay driver, which sucks. So, yeah. As for trucks, everyone seems to be all high on this Ben Rhodes guy. Excuse me, did you even watch last year's season? Like, you could not go 10 seconds without watching him wreck someone or something. Kind of ridiculous how he was able to wreck everything that he touched. I don't understand. He loses one race because of an engine failure or parts or whatever, and suddenly he's everyone, you know, he's everyone's love child or something. I don't know. Like, unreal. Can't stand him.
Interesting right there. And speaking of hated Xfinity guys, actually somebody, a real deal dude asked me, most hated Xfinity guy. Well, you gave your answer. Mine? If we don't count Cup people, if it did count Cup people, it'd be Kyle Busch again. But if we're talking regulars in the Xfinity, I don't really have anyone I don't like in that series. But I guess if I were to choose one that I don't really care for too much, it would probably be Blake Cook. Only because I don't know. I don't know what it is about him, but I don't hate him, but I just don't care for him personally.
Interesting.
Yeah. Matt the Benedetto fans asks you, Kamikaze, have you made any video from the Five Nights at Freddy's, or made any money from the Five Nights at Freddy's video?
Well, YouTube says that you're not supposed to tell how much money you make, but I will say that it's a decent amount. It's gotten me through college, so it's a good amount. Nothing amazing, but a good amount.
That's good. And then he also asks, did I watch MMA when Jeffrey Earnhardt was in it? What? I need to look this up, actually. Jeffrey Earnhardt MMA is... I don't know if he's just fucking with me or if this is a legit thing. Or if it's a different Jeffrey Earnhardt. No, oh my god, what the hell? It's true. Oh my god. This is a great discovery. Jeffrey Earnhardt, before he got into being in NASCAR, he had an amateur MMA career and actually is undefeated. Wow. Well then, you learn something new every day now, don't you? I'm actually stunned. Holy crap. Oh god. All right. Anyways, I can't believe that. I just kill me now, I guess. Next question from Nathan Carter: Ryan Blaney, Kyle Larson, or Chase Elliott? Phew. I'd still go with Blaney only because I think he has potential. I do think, I mean, no disrespect to Truex, but I mean, it could have gone between either him or Blaney at Kansas, no doubt about it. Blaney was running strong, and I do feel like he does get a lot of bad luck. I mean, especially last year. He had a lot of good runs going, and then he got either taken out in a wreck, or something happened to his car, or something dumb happened in the race, and it cost him a good spot. And it's kind of been almost the same case this year, except maybe not as much because he's had better runs going this year. Will win a race this year. I don't think it's a matter of if, I think it's a matter of when at this point. I do like Kyle Larson. Not as much as some people do, but I respect him. And then, of course, Chase Elliott. I like him because also I like Bill Elliott. And he's was an old favorite of my family before I was even conceived. So, yeah. Your answer, Mr. Kamikaze.
So, no kidding. Blaney would have won that race at Kansas if Truex didn't have that godlike restart when he was back in third and he took Blaney under the apron. Blaney would have had that if it weren't for him because he was much better on the short runs. Truex had him on the long runs. But as for Blaney, he's my second favorite driver right now. So, of course, I wouldn't have minded too much if he'd won that race. But, yeah, no doubt. He will probably win this year. I'm going to say as soon as Michigan, he could probably win. And, yeah, so that is my answer.
Interesting indeed. And I do think also another factor that I think screwed Blaney over at Kansas, if you noticed, I don't know if you noticed this too when you saw it, but towards the end of that race, he was so loose getting off the corners, and they never tightened it up on the pit stops. I feel like if they would have tightened his car up, I think he would have won. I think that was one of the big downfalls too, was them not tightening his car up. But I mean, who knows? This was another one directed at you from Real Deal Dude to you, Kamikaze. Will Kyle Busch find a real racetrack?
Let's ask the Magic Conch. Maybe someday.
Yeah, that good point. Let's see. Nathan Carter asks, who is the greatest of all time in WWE? WWE specifically, it would be either Shawn Michaels or The Undertaker. One of those two. But if I were to go with one, I'd probably say The Undertaker because he lasted around a lot longer. So, yeah. What about for you, Mr. Kamikaze Games?
Undertaker is definitely a good pick. I'd also throw Steve Austin into the ring, but
Yep.
yeah, he if he hadn't had that injury where it took him out for a year, I think he could have had like a amazing run during that time. But still, he had a pretty good career.
Aha. Yeah, and I do think if he didn't get that neck injury, he probably would have wrestled well on into like probably 2011, I would predict.
Yeah.
But I mean, for that 7-year period, 96 through 03, nobody could touch him. Matches, promos, character, everything. Moving on to James Qualls once again. Oh, he said, Jeffrey Earnhardt in MMA, the end is nigh, the end is nigh, run away, the end is nigh, bye. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. I honestly did not know that until whoever it was brought it up in the comments earlier. And Matt DeBitadillo asks to you once again, Mr. Kamikaze Games. Had a little interruption there, but anyways, he asked to you, Kamikaze, will you make a video about Bubba Wallace going to the 43?
I guess I could. It's a bit late in the week, but I guess there's still a chance.
Perhaps. Perhaps. And What If Racing commented saying he was referring to me. Okay, well, thank you, man. I remember that What If Racing, I first discovered him back on Joseph Lombard's Into SC4R old channel from years ago, where they would do GTA stuff and also NASCAR 2011 or 09 or what have you. And I used to race a lot with Joseph Lombard on those games back on PS3 until he decided to get pissed off at me, and we haven't talked since. Or if we did, it's rare, and I don't know if he just doesn't notice me or he's still holding a grudge over some from 4 years ago or 5 years ago or whatever. I don't know. It's one of them mysteries to me, I suppose. Let's see. Nathan Carter. Who is the better Dylan, Austin or Ty? Oh, boy.
Mike.
I'll let Kamikaze answer this one. Oh, yeah, Mike Dillon. Oh, Jesus Christ. Nathan Carter returns with a vengeance. Oh, my God. Are you fucking kidding me? Seriously, this far in, and it took this long to get something like this to come up, and I can tell this one's directed at you, Kamikaze, again. Fuck, marry, kill, Martin Truex, Bubba Wallace, Ryan Blaney.
I'm not okay with this question.
Oh my God.
Can I substitute myself as the kill?
Oh, God.
I volunteer as tribute.
Okay, Katniss Everdeen.
All right. All right. Honest answers. Let's just get the kill out of the way so we don't have to deal with that. We're going to have to kill Truex. I'm sorry. He's lived a long life.
Wow.
So,
oh.
Yeah. Then, between Bubba and Blaney, which one is more fuckable? I'd say Blaney, because of them eyes.
So you would.
He is velvet.
So you would marry Bubba Wallace, eh?
So I would marry Bubba Wallace. I think we'd make a great couple.
Interesting. Oh my God! And what's funny, both Blaney and Bubba, they're only a year older than me, so that's kind of a funny thing. And I'm a year older than Chase Elliott, which is freaky. A fan once again asks, "What do you use to?" He says, "What OS do you use for NR 2003?" I don't know if you're meaning recording software or whatnot, but let's just assume that's what the case is. I use Fraps to record NR because I I don't know. I'd be curious to try Bandicam because Bandicam doesn't really have as bad of a lag as Fraps does. At least whenever I record Gary's Mod stuff with some guys. In fact, I actually recorded a Gary's Mod session yesterday that I might just put up the best bits of up on my channel soon. So if that comes out, be on the lookout for that because there were a couple of good moments in that session yesterday. So I gotta get to work on that.
I love Gary's Mod, by the
And
way.
also, yeah, especially murder on a map called the Haunted Mansion.
Yes.
That's always fun.
Yes.
Oh god. But I guess you can answer. What do you use to record NR with?
So on the Windows 7 here, I will use Bandicam. I do use Bandicam. I've always used Bandicam. It's it looks 60 frames. 60 frames actually works, and it looks very good. But it makes huge files, absolutely massive. Just a little bit of NASCAR Heat Evolution that I did this morning. 22 gigabytes for an hour's worth of NASCAR Heat Evolution.
Jeez. And I thought Fraps was bigger because, hell, whenever last night I recorded the race number 6 for my Marvel Studios Cup for Arizona, and it was 30 minutes, nearly 40 gigabytes.
Oh, man, that's worse. Wow.
So, yeah. Yeah, it is worse. So, yeah, maybe I'll consider going over to Bandicam. I don't know. We'll see. I've just been so used to Fraps for NR that it's like I get that tick. Real deal dudes. Who's the better Bush? Do we really have to answer this one? Kurt.
George.
Kurt is
George
better
W. George W.
Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Nice. But no, in all seriousness, Kurt. At least whenever Kurt was all angry and stuff, he was angry on the radio and didn't get into nearly as much on-track bullshit as Kyle, at least from what I've seen. And then especially ever since Kurt went to Furniture Row in 2013, and very much especially since going to Stuart Haas, he's been, at least in my mind, changed his attitude, and that's good. Even though he had that little spat in early 2015 where his girlfriend tried to take his money from him. Allegedly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, like people always say that Kyle's really matured. They haven't seen Kurt. He is matured, like actually matured.
Meanwhile, Kyle, I think he's almost gotten, I wouldn't say gotten worse, but he's just still same old, I would still say, personally.
Yeah.
What if racing, he's asking about what happened between me and Joseph Lombard. Well, long story short, back in the days when I used to race online constantly on NASCAR 09 and NASCAR to Game 2011 and Inside Line, I used to race a lot with him. And because I was not the best at those games, I would always have a tendency to end up causing wrecks. Because with some of those games, the steering is very shit. So, especially the Mutechnics games. But, oh, God. I guess I don't remember specifically, other than I guess I wrecked him accidentally in a race, and he got really, really pissed off at me over it, and basically went off on me, and I kind of got angry about that. And then ever since, I mean, he's accepted me back as a friend on Facebook and stuff, but he doesn't ever talk to me back, and I haven't really talked to him since. Maybe in like one time in a Skype call with Dylan Young and a bunch of guys, but other than that, I just haven't really talked, and I don't know if it's because he's busy or he just doesn't ever want to talk to me. I don't know. Like I said, it's still a mystery to me. Nathan Carter asks, who is the most overrated driver besides Junior? Oh God. Fuck. I don't know if I can really answer this, honestly. I may have a feeling what your answer will be, Kamikaze, but I don't know if I really have one. I really, really don't. I'm trying to think of like who's up there that isn't as good as people make him out to be. Fuck. I know some people may not like this answer, but I mean, I'm just gonna point out facts with it. I would say Jimmy Johnson, only because, yeah, he's great, but in my mind, he's not the greatest. When it comes to his titles, it is a proven fact that those 7 titles, 4 of them were result of the chase. 3 of them he would have won regardless, and that's 06, 09, and 2013. I've done the research. But, I mean, that's just my opinion. I stick with it. Your thoughts?
I'm going to go with Clint Boyer.
Wow. Interesting. Interesting indeed.
It's really just because he's had a good season so far, but
yeah,
it's by no means crazy. Like Stuart Haas has been showing that they should be a top team, so it's just no surprise that he's there. But well, yeah, obviously,
yeah,
but yeah, I think they're really.
I mean, but in all seriousness, when it comes to Danica, I do think this year has been getting slightly better. Like, she did get screwed over of a good finish at Kansas because of that wreck with her, Logano, and Almirola. I do feel for her in that sense. But for the most part, we all know. But, yeah. Matt DeBenedetto fan asks, and then we'll go through until we get to the last question from Revolution Radio, and then we'll go off the air. Matt DeBenedetto fan asks, what was your reaction to Kyle winning in 2014? And also, Kamikaze, did you see the meme I sent you on Twitter with Ryan Blaney and Ty Dillon? I guess we'll get to that first. Yeah, Kamikaze, they asked you if you saw that meme or something.
Yeah, it's a very, very accurate meme, as a matter of fact.
I'll have to see it, I guess. But reaction to Kyle winning in 2015. I think I've went over this quite a few times. If you'd go back and actually watch the WTF Moments video I did on Kyle Busch, you would know my reaction. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that because I don't want to yell and get in trouble. So I'm just going to move on before I end up losing it. And then he also said by OS he meant operating system like Windows 10. I use Windows 8. I know, Kamikaze, you got Windows 7. I can tell from the little start icon being the classic Windows circle, while I got Windows 8, which Windows 8 ain't. I will say the one thing that's a downer for it is whenever you're trying to say, like, if you ever race in our online, you got to go through this long ass process of turning off the secure boot policy, whereas Windows 7, all you had to do was disable DEP and you were good to go. So that's the big inconvenience, at least for in our purposes. But anything else, it's kind of more or less the same, except now you get, like, when you go to Start Menu, you get like apps, but I don't really use them, so yeah. And hey, Infamous A Music, my brother from another mother, Mr. Austin. For those who don't know him, his music, he's a very good underground rapper. I think he's got potential and stuff. And he says, "Why do you suck eggs?" Because your mother taught me how. That's how. Ha ha ha. That's immature, but anyways, yeah, what's up, man? And David, where's Deborah? Oh yeah, the classic, I beat Deborah, Stone Cold thing. Oh Lord. Real Deal Dude asks, worst driver in the Cup Series right now, and he says he thinks it's Greg Galding. No, I'd say Corey LaJoy. Corey fucking LaJoy. What about you, Kamikaze?
Corey LaJoy did win the Little 600 before the Coke 600.
That is true. That is true.
I think
actually
it's
forgot
BK
about
Racing. The problem is BK Racing. That team is not good.
it. Nah, it isn't.
So if I had to pick anything, I would pick the whole team. That's my answer.
Yeah, and then the final question of the whole Q&A before we go off the air is once again from Revolution Radio. Who's the best NASCAR Next driver? I don't know too much about NASCAR Next to really say, so I can't really comment.
So, yeah.
Do you have an answer? Because I'm not too familiar with it.
It's a thick class. Very good. Lots of great drivers. I think every single one of them could be successful. But the obvious pick is Todd Gilliland. He has absolutely lit it up every race he's done. He has been in top equipment his entire career, but he's utilized it and gotten great finishes. So that is my pick.
Interesting indeed. So, yeah, I'll have to kind of look into this a little bit. But yeah, so that pretty much concludes all the live questions and the whole entire Q&A as a whole. Thank you guys for tuning in to this Q&A for the celebration of 1,500 subscribers. Like I said, it's been 7 years since I started this channel. Well, it will be 7 years exactly when we get to July. But 7 years later, and we just got to 1,500 subscribers. And hell, 10 days ago I was at 1492, and now I'm at 1521. So maybe I would actually love it if by this time next year we get to 2,000 subscribers. That would be fun, but it's a long process. Of course, you just gotta wait to see if people discover you, and that's how YouTube always works. Or if you hear about these people, like I can't remember. I think the first time, fun thing, I think for Kamikaze, I think the first time I discovered you, I think, was whenever I guess you discovered me, because I can't remember exactly how it was, but this was like, I would say, what, about 2-3 years ago? Because I do look on my sub list and I do the most popular, and it says you're up there, and it said 2 years ago, but something like that. But either way, it's been a long time since you've subscribed to my channel, and then I subscribed back to you, and here you are all this time later at 26,000, and I'm just at a baby 1,500. So.
Well,
I feel like a midget compared to you, I swear.
I mean, it's not like anyone actually watches. I mean, race reviews get views, but that's really anything else besides the Cowboys video.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, and then of course, wrestling's always been big. Hell, my latest review for Wrestling Extreme Rules actually currently is at 2,100 views, so not too bad. I think my highest viewed review of a pay-per-view was Royal Rumble this year. It got like over 10,000. I was like, holy fuck, that's awesome. So, yeah, with that being said, thank you guys once again for watching. I may do another Q&A in a couple months because my birthday's coming up, and typically it's a tradition that I do a live Q&A on my birthday. I'll be, oh Lord, I'm so old, 23. Oh my God, kill me already. But yeah, when we get to August, we might have another one of these, and maybe with more people. Who knows? We'll see. I don't know. I may be dead beforehand because I'm too fat. I just love picking at myself, I swear. I'm also known as the guy who loves to bury himself, according to some people, and that's just how it is. But anyways, thanks to Page Guy, a.k.a. Rafael Leduc, for stopping by, Cy Michael HD for coming in for a little bit, and David Rivera, Fort Meyer Project, even though his lagginess got him. And thank you to Kamikaze Games for coming in to a video of mine for the first time.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and he may be back because, like I said, I got my offline stuff, and he is in my offline series in the number 78 since Truex guy. He may be back for potential future co-commentary. It all depends on when we're free and stuff and what I have up to date and shit. We just gotta work it out, of course, so it may happen. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Peace out, and final words of advice.
We
Don't
love
be a fool.
Roman.
Oh, God. Here we go. I guess we'll leave it at that. So before I lose my shit, bye! I'm done.